Hi and welcome to this follow-on video all about adding fractions. So in the last session we looked at how we can add fractions and we used our cutout pieces of paper to add our fractions. Now there was something special about the fractions we were adding in the last session. They all had the same number on the bottom. So we were only adding eighths to eighths and we were only adding quarters to quarters and thirds to thirds and so on. The number on the bottom of the fraction also has a special name. It's called the denominator. So on our fractions, the top number is called the numerator and the bottom number is called the denominator. Today, we are going to learn how we can add fractions that have a different denominator. This is as hard as it gets, but stick with me. I know we can do it. So I prepared for us a sum to have a look at how we can add fractions with different denominators. We are going to add 2/3 and 1/4. Now to add fractions, they need to have the same number on the bottom. They need to have the same denominator. So all we have to do is an extra step to make sure that our fractions have the same denominator. Now, whenever I'm adding fractions that have different numbers on the bottom, I always write out the extra step to remind myself what we need to do. We are going to convert our fractions into ones that have the same number on the bottom. So I need you to think of a number that's in both the 3 times table and the 4 times table. 3 times table, 3, no. 6, no. 9, no. 12. 12 is in the 4 times table. So I'm going to make both of my fractions have 12 on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to fill in all the 12s. I can now say, what have I times 3 by to get to 12? Well, I've times 3 by 4. Now, whatever I do to the bottom of the fraction, I have to do to the top. So I'm going to times the 2 by 4 as well. And that gets me 8. I now look at the quarter and I say, what have I done to the bottom to make 12? I've times it by 3. So I'm going to times the top by 3 as well, which is going to give me 3/12. And now all I have to do is add the top numbers together, just like we learned in the previous video. So I'm going to do 8 plus 3, and that gives me 11/12. And there we go. We can add fractions with a different denominator. Let's have a look at another one. This time, let's have a look at, let's do 3/5. Oh, my thumb's covering up the camera. Plus 2/10. Same thing, I'm going to want to make the bottoms the same. So I'm going to draw my little lines out so I make sure I remember to do that extra step. Now I need a number that's in both the 5 times table and the 10 times table. 10 is in both. 10 is in the 5 times table and the 10 times table. What have I times 5 by to get 10? Well, I've times it by 2. So I'm going to times the top of the fraction, the numerator, by 2 as well. And 3 times 2 gives me 6. What have I times 10 by to get to 10? 1. Times it by 1. So I'm going to times the 2 by 1 to get 2. I then do 6 plus 2 gives me 8/10. And there we go. Let's have a go at one more. Let's pick a trickier one. So this time we're going to have a go at 3/7 plus 3/8. My goodness. Right, we can write out our template just like we did before. Writing out our template. Okay, I need a number that's in both the 7 and the 8 times table. Have a think. Well, if I'm stuck, what I can do is just times the bottom numbers together, because that way I know they're going to be in the same times table. So 7 times 8, hopefully we're good at our times tables by now. 7 times 8 gives me 56. Yeah, if you were shouting that out with the video, well done. Excellent stuff. So I've times 7 by what to get 56? Well, I've times 7 by 8. So I'm going to times the 3 by 8 to get me 24. I've times the 8 by 7 to get me 56. So I'm going to times the 3 by 7 to get me 21. And then I do 24 plus 21 gets me 45 out of 56. Well done, excellent stuff. And that is how we add fractions with a different denominator. Now there's a worksheet for you to go and have a practice. Go and have loads of practice. There's answers as well, so you can mark your work and check how you're getting on. Next session, we are going to have a look at how we subtract fractions. Woohoo! So have a practice. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.